Kev, it's been a strange few months, but you're here at Newport County now, and you've recently been confirmed as the club's mental health ambassador. I'm sure that's something that you're very proud of.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's great. I'm still playing football, obviously first and foremost. Come to Newport, and I'm not a fan's favourite here, was I? I'd like to say when I've come here in my days with Morecambe, but as you say, I've been asked to promote a bit of mental health as well at the football club, which holds a big place in my heart. I've struggled myself in the past, and hopefully by me being here now and speaking out and obviously telling my bit of story, I can help others, and even if it's just a one person, it'll impact somebody's life, and I'll be glad for that.
And you've obviously been very vocal about the issues that you've experienced in the past, so this role is something that you're obviously very passionate about.
Yeah, I think I've spoke to people in the past, and people want to say, what are you going to do after football? And yeah, it's great. I want to stay in football afterwards and coach and give something back to the game that I love and the game that's given me so much. But at the same time, it's not that easy now in football, especially the way it's going under this current climate. And the other big one for me is, well, what am I going to do about something regarding something I've got a bit of passion for, something I want to do. And I think I've recently completed my level 2 in counselling, so I'm looking at this now and thinking, yeah, you know what, I've got a bit of passion in this, and I want to give something back to if I can't give it to football, why not help somebody? And as I say, even if it's that one person, I can help and impact them and help make them understand that we're not all robots, we're human, we all have feelings, whether we're footballers or we go to the 9-to-5 job. Do you know what I mean? It's just making people aware that, yeah, these thoughts and triggers will come and go, but it's about understanding them, accepting them and letting them go.
And taking up this role now, football's obviously given you so much over the years. You've had such a long playing career, so you think it's now time to give back to the game, which has helped you in life?
Yeah, I definitely think. I think if you look at it, when I first started football, I don't think many would have. There was no such thing as speaking out, was there? It was about the old man up and grower sets and stuff like that. But as you say, here we are in 2020, and the more and more people are speaking out, especially under the current climate, what's happening at the minute with the COVID thing. I think it's hit everybody, and as you say, speaking out now, it's a lot easier than it was even 2 or 3 years ago, because the more and more people are speaking out now, and I think there's a lot of high profile people speaking out who've been affected, and I think obviously people understand now that it can affect anybody.
And on the pitch, you always seem to be quite a bubbly character and a macho man. I think you've previously described yourself, but off the field sometimes that hasn't always been the case.
Yeah, when I look back now, I think I'm not going to take that out of my game, obviously bits and bobs, but I think when I look at it, I don't know whether I sit back now and have thoughts and think, was that a bit of a mask? Was that my way of hiding the way I was broken inside at the time? And I think that did play a part in it, yeah, me laughing and joking, and obviously I have banter every day with obviously the teammates and fans, but as you say, I think when I look at it, I think I played a part in me hiding some of my own vulnerabilities. At the time I just thought it was a bit of through football as such, and I thought it was a bit of anger management, and with my ex-partner, the kid's mum, we agreed that I'd go to some anger management classes and that, because I was becoming more and more snappy, but at the time not realising that the anger and snappiness and the mood swings was all part of obviously what I was going through, which I was unaware of at the time. And so I went to a couple of anger management classes, and yeah, come away from there with a bit of homework, and it was great. And then a year or so down the line, find myself obviously going in the same situation again of mood swings and becoming snappy again, and took another little few sessions of anger management, which me thinking, yeah, I'm going to be sound now, that's it, I've cracked it. But as I say, not realising or understanding that there was a bigger picture to it, and I was struggling more, and it took me another few years, another 5 or so years, before I even reached out to the PFA at the time and spoke to them about how I was, and there I was obviously going to see a psychologist, obviously a counsellor, because it weren't me, and something I just couldn't put my finger on what was making me have these mood swings, the anger, the wanting to isolate and not wanting to really go out and socialise with people. I'd make excuses of I'm doing something or I was busy, when really I wasn't. So I wanted to be alone, but not alone in a way, if you get me. It was a weird feeling. It was a feeling, and when I look back now, not really a nice one. Do you know what I mean? And even down to doing stuff with the kids. It was, obviously I look at it now and I regret them, because the times when your kids are growing up, they're the times you want to spend with them, and there's me making excuses, I'm tired and I've just come back from training, I want to do this with me little lad, football in the garden and such, and we're now here, I'm stood here talking to you, and I cherish every moment with them and I spend as much time with them as possible. Obviously as a parent or as people, you can go and buy them stuff and get them presents, but it's about being there and being present with them. Do you know what I mean? Which is a big thing for me now, because I look back and like, not wasted, but there is times I regret where, because of me situation I was in, the vulnerabilities and me not knowing what I was going through, or maybe not even admitting because I was in football and probably in fear of judgment of people, what they would say about me, and I cherish those moments with them now.
And there's a big perception, isn't there, that men, I suppose, are supposed to bottle up their feelings and not be open about the way they're feeling. So how difficult was that, finally deciding that you had to open up about the way you were feeling?
It was tough, very tough, because as you say, growing up, especially in football environment, you're meant to be this big macho thing, and you don't man up and do this, and you can't speak out and just get on with it. But them days are gone, aren't they? It's not like that no more. I think, as I say, we are human, we all have feelings, and at some time in our life, whether it's you or someone close to you, you will come under a bit of pressure, and it will get to you, do you know what I mean? But as you say, speaking out in football wasn't easy, and I think that was part of the reason why I held it in for so long. I think coming to 31, 32 and understanding I was suffering a bit, but not really with what, or could have put my finger on it, no. But as you say, in football, I'm thinking, oh, if I speak out now, what am I going to do for a contract next year? A manager 32, 33, he's coming to the end anyway, but now we're going to take him with, obviously, he's got his own problems in his head, do you know what I mean? So I'm looking at that thinking, I'm not going to speak out because I'll get judged because of my age, and two, because I have mental health issues at the time, do you know what I mean? So that was another factor of me holding it in and building it up, and there it was, eventually just blew in my face.
And obviously other players have spoken about their issues as well. I suppose you speaking about the way that you felt and the way that they've spoken about their experience does actually help to try and get rid of the stigma in football.
Yeah, definitely. I think the more and more that speak out, I think it will help the stigma, as you say, around football, especially because, as you say, people judge us, oh, we're footballers, we've got this amount of money and this, but if you play League Two like me most of your life, you won't have them monies, believe me. But as you say, there is a stigma around it, and everyone goes, oh, how can you be worried about you going on nice holidays, you got a nice house, nice family, nice car, and you play football for a living? Yeah, I love football. Football's what I do, but it's not who I am. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it is great, but I'm just the same as the normal next door person. I'm Kevin Ellison, and as I say, I'm a human being, I'm not a robot. So yeah, I play football for a living, I'm grateful and I'm blessed to have done it for so long, but I have feelings too.